Hi everybody, Al Bernstein here with another one of our previews of big upcoming matches. This one will come on December 13th, a night when the welterweight division will sort itself out with several important fights, all interestingly held in Las Vegas. The one we'll talk about here is going to be at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas, where Tim Bradley takes on Diego Chavez. It is really an intriguing match. An international match because Chavez comes from Argentina. He has been seen twice here in the United States in losing efforts, but good efforts on his part. And now he takes on Tim Bradley, of course, one of the biggest names in the 147-pound division. For the 28-year-old Chavez, coming from Argentina, he is hoping to do better in this fight than he has done previously in the United States. Previously, he lost in his last outing in Las Vegas in a very controversial disqualification in the 9th round against Brandon Rios. He was ahead on the scorecards, but had been penalized twice already in the fight by Vic Draculis, the referee, and then was disqualified in the 9th round. And to many who observed the fight, it was a shocking disqualification. And interestingly, his good performance in that fight, even in losing, is part of what got him this fight with Bradley. The other time he came to the United States, he fought extremely well against the very talented Keith Thurman, even hurt Thurman early in the fight, ultimately would lose by a TKO in the 10th round, but it established the fact that Diego Chavez was an excellent fighter. As for the 31-year-old Bradley, he returns to the ring after losing in April to Manny Pacquiao, a rematch, of course, of their first fight in which Bradley got a controversial win. In this match, he was not at top form. It was an uneven effort at best by Bradley, and Pacquiao controlled this fight more so than he had even the first one, which many people thought that he won. Now, this followed a win over Marquez by Bradley. He beat Juan Manuel Marquez in what was a superb effort in terms of his overall boxing ability. And Bradley clearly is one of the top fighters at 147 pounds, but this match with Diego Chavez is seen as a true test for him to see if he can get back into higher echelon fights. With all that, let's take a look at the keys to victory. For Bradley, it's important that he establish his jab. Everything starts from that when Bradley has a good performance. He's got to keep his hands up, especially the left hand. Bring the jab back quickly because Chavez has a very powerful right hand. Combinations are the key with Bradley, and it will keep Chavez off balance. It's one of the things that Chavez has a hard time dealing with when his opponent is throwing combinations. For Chavez, he's got to press the pace during the course of this fight, especially early. Make Tim Bradley work every second of every round. Chavez is an excellent body puncher, and we saw evidence of that in his fight with Rios and also in the fight with Thurman. The right hand is his best power weapon. He can land it, and he might well be able to hurt Bradley with it. Bradley was hit with many overhand rights by Ruslan Provodnikov. There is much at stake for both fighters in this match. For Tim Bradley, obviously at age 31, he wants to establish the fact that he's going to get an important win and put himself back in the sweepstakes to fight a major fight in the welterweight division. There is talk of a rematch between him and Ruslan Provodnikov, which would be a very high stakes and well-compensated fight for both fighters, and I think lots of boxing fans would like to see that. But first he has to deal with Diego Chavez, and for Chavez, it's important because in his two major tests in the United States against top fighters, he has failed, even though many believe he was going to win the fight against Brandon Rios, and as I pointed out, was ahead on all the scorecards. So for Diego Chavez to stay at a certain level in the welterweight division, to be a part of the player in what is the deepest division in the sport, he desperately needs a win. It should be a very interesting and exciting fight. Stylistically, I think these two men match up well, and we'll see how it all plays out on December 13th.